The appeal of joining a health multi-level marketing company can be pretty strong. These businesses often promise not only a pathway to financial freedom, but also the idea of better health and wellness. And on top of that, which is what the topic of today's video is that some also offer things like health insurance. On the surface, this can seem like a great opportunity. However, beneath that is kind of a complex web that can tether individuals to staying with that company, with any multi-level marketing company, which you can argue is an unsustainable business model at best and harmful at worst. Today, we're talking about Young Living's new addition, which is health insurance for its members. So if all that sounds good to you, let's go. Hi folks, welcome to the channel or welcome back. My name is Kat. I'm a licensed registered dietitian nutritionist, and on this channel I like to talk about weight inclusive and weight neutral focused approaches to health, as well as diving into scammy and, in my opinion, unethical nutrition related businesses products, mostly nutrition related MLMs and other fear mongering nutrition related claims. Now, I don't usually venture into the world of insurance. That is not what this channel is about, but considering its impact on health care and access to nutrition related services, this is definitely a topic that still aligns with this channel and something that I just want to, have a conversation about. Really quickly, I want to say thank you to Mombi, who is an anti-MLM activist over on Facebook. I want to thank her for sharing this information. I had not heard of Young Living's new insurance, their partnership with providing this insurance. So I appreciate that information being shared because I think more people need to know about it. So just as a brief overview, Young Living is a multi-level marketing company that specializes in essential oils, in addition to other nutrition-related, health-related supplements and products. It operates by enlisting distributors to sell the products and also to recruit other people to sell those products. Now, Young Living recently announced this partnership and provision of health insurance. Now, in my opinion, blending something like health and wellness products alongside of financial security measures like health insurance, that can get a little bit sticky. Now, just off the bat, when we look at the websites, they say that this plan is a good fit for people who are generally healthy, under the age of 65, and who are not looking for healthcare coverage for day-to-day needs such as regular doctor visits, prescriptions, or diagnostics, which usually is the point of health insurance. So you might be asking, what does it cover? They go on to say that their standalone holistic plan is perfect for those who already have a health plan they love, but also want affordable access to everyday practitioners for acupuncture, chiropractic, functional medicine, thermography, IV drips, and more. Now, on that page, you have the option to request a quote. And so when you go through that, they do have a page where it kind of lists out more information, like the different plans. And it says for the Young Living Holistic, they say that it's day-to-day benefits such as the functional primary care visits, a hormone therapy, chiropractic, acupuncture, IV drips, essential oil reimbursement, and more. And then they have just the Clear Share plan, which is benefits for large issues such as surgery or emergency room visits, and then you have the blending of both. So it seems like they can cover, with the blended one, that they can cover large issues like surgeries, ER visits, but not regular doctor visits, not prescriptions, and not diagnostics. Now, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this topic. I get concerned a lot for scope of practice when it comes towards nutrition, or when it comes to nutrition, especially things like medical nutrition therapy. I have had several clients, I've worked with several people, even when I was a clinical dietitian working in a hospital, who had received really concerning nutrition information from similar kind of practitioners. The insurance plan, it seems to be covering treatments that don't have a lot of scientific background, like evidence-based backing. Everybody has a choice. My concern is a potential delayed diagnosis or delayed ability for treatment when people are looking at these kinds of health-related therapies. Allocating resources like money to non-evidence-based practices, therapies that can divert the funds away from evidence-based treatment and evidence-based care. having an insurance focus on the like alternative therapies, I think that can take advantage of people. There's a lot of fear mongering when it comes to evidence-based care. And one of my concerns is people like interpreting the coverage of these kinds of therapies as like an endorsement of the efficacy of those treatments, potentially misleading people for what constitutes as appropriate care for various conditions. Now, in my opinion, there are some ethical kind of concerns or implications for the promotion and like the provision of treatments that haven't been conclusively proven to be effective. Now, this can come into conflict with regulatory standards and guidelines that providers have, which is to provide treatments and care and operate in the best of interests for consumers by offering services that are safe and effective and are evidence-based. And as a dietitian, I have had so many experiences where practitioners have provided not so evidence-based nutrition recommendations and created more just fear, confusion around nutrition when it comes to medical nutrition therapy. Now, I did put my information in there to get a quote, and it gave me the recommendation for a plan that's $350 a month. Whether that is considered a good cost for health insurance or not a good cost depends on a lot of different things: the individual's healthcare needs, the deductible, coverage details overall, the insurance market in their region typically. But keep in mind that unless they just didn't communicate this well, this plan does not seem to cover regular doctor visits, prescriptions, or diagnostics. So I'm wondering for how many people this is going to be an added kind of payment on top of their other healthcare insurance that does cover doctor visits and prescriptions. And I think it's important to keep in mind that many people are driven towards essential oils because they might be medically complex, really having things going on that maybe doctors haven't been able to really identify as far as diagnostics and treatment goes. MLMs love to capitalize on various different vulnerabilities when it comes to health. And so I'm just curious how many people are going to maybe have some kind of needs that won't be able to be fulfilled by a health insurance plan like this. A lot of times people will join because of some kind of health issue that they were experiencing, and just like other MLMs, they are typically encouraged to recruit people who are in similar situations. So if you're having someone come into a multi-marketing company like Young Living because they have some health complexity going on, like issues going on that might be medically complex, that they haven't been able to get the answers that they want from outside healthcare, this is just adding on to the vulnerabilities, in my opinion, and recommending treatments that aren't so evidence-based. Now, the primary issue that I see with multi-level marketing companies and pairing up and providing that health insurance is that it kind of creates this bond to the customer, to the member, and the multi-level marketing company. Health MLMs act in the same way like other non-health related MLMs do. They're in that triangle-like structure. They operate on that pyramid-shaped business model. The income is heavily dependent on whoever is recruited, and statistically, a vast majority of multi-marketing distributors find themselves without significant income, and many experience further financial loss. When health insurance is tied to an unstable income source, it places the individual in an unstable position. The fear of losing health coverage, I think, is a powerful motivator for keeping someone within the MLM structure, despite any kind of financial struggles or even the growing, like, seeing red flags and recognizing, like, this is not a sustainable business model kind of things that a lot of people experience when, like, the dream that they sold you on kind of fades away. I think this can really trap people in the cycle of dependency where the risk of leaving and losing their health insurance, that outweighs like the reality of staying. The mental strain of maintaining one's position in a multi-level marketing company to keep their insurance, that can put some stress. That can put a lot of stress on someone. Just the feelings of maintaining sales, getting new recruits, growing the team, and leaving multi-level marketing would not only mean the typical losses that we see whenever people step away from multi-level marketing. It's not only a loss of those things, but also a loss of of health coverage, health insurance coverage. Now, in my opinion, it would not be a loss as to the type of health insurance that they are providing, the services, for example, but losing that for someone stepping away can be scary, especially if they are in that stage of deconstruction from a lot of what we see health information related with a lot of nutrition related MLMs. It's not something as easy as this is the evidence-based information and the person is just kind of like flip an on-off switch, leave, and be okay with that loss and be okay kind of stepping away from non-evidence-based care. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of steps involved for most people. Just leaving MLM itself is often a multi-step kind of experience. As much as it would be great for someone to recognize the issues with MLM and completely, like cut it off and leave the following day, that's just not how it works in most cases. In the majority of cases, I mean, even for myself when I was leaving, it was a series of multiple small steps. And so this just kind of adds on to the complexities already that we have when people are kind of deconstructing and moving away from this kind of business structure. MLMs often promote themselves as this kind of opportunity for entrepreneurship and for independence, empowerment, financial independence, time freedom. When the health insurance is kind of dangled in front of them, it undermines those things that they're promoting on that independent side of things. The promise of health insurance, I think, can tether people to MLM, even though it might not serve their best interest, but can be used as, and I'm not saying that it's going to, this is what it is, but like it just kind of seems that it can be used as a tool of manipulation. Now you might be thinking like, okay, then where do we take the conversation? Like what do I recommend then? I think it's crucial to advocate for policies that decouple health insurance to position, to like employment status. And in that sense, providing more accessible care, not just more accessible, but also like more affordable health care for all. There are other kind of things available like healthcare exchanges, community health programs, of course, like professional organizations. The focus or the goal of this video was really just to talk about some of the concerns that I see around tying insurance to a multi-marketing company for its members. Like if you have a history in insurance, if you like that's your area of expertise, I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Again, this is just more to share the information about its existence and that, this is one of the kind of offerings from Young Living now. I think supportive networks and resources are so important for people, all people, but especially for people who are in the midst of leaving multi-level marketing, like counseling services, financial planning services, communities of former multi-level marketing participants, just like something to provide guidance and support to people who are in the process of leaving multi-level marketing. MLM Exit is actually working on something of this kind of nature. I will leave her contact information down below. It's something that is in the works, but just keep an eye on that. Not specifically related to health insurance, but just providing that kind of support and information resources for people leaving multi-level marketing. But that's kind of a whole nother story. In conclusion, while the inclusion or provision of health insurance in a multi-level marketing structure to its members sounds like a good idea, it's important to understand and to think about maybe some of the deeper implications there. Tying health insurance to multi-level marketing participation can add on more complexities when it comes to one's time and their experience within an unsustainable business model. I think by understanding and addressing these issues, we can better be in a place to provide that kind of guidance and care and support on the other side. So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts if you are an expert in insurance or not. Again, my concerns are are really around who they're insuring and what is the quality and accuracy of the nutrition and health information overall that they are receiving from those services that they are being insured for. And this just brings up so many more, I think, issues and concerns around insurance in the first place. A lot needs to change when it comes to healthcare. There's a lot of room for improvement. I just don't think that the response should be to promote non-evidence-based care. Like, there has to be something else that we can do. This video is not to give an answer as to what that is. It's more so to talk about this, because I'm sure that other multiple marketing companies will probably start to do this more. I know when I was in my multiple marketing company, they did provide health insurance, but you had to be like the top distributor, or like the top 2 distributors, not in the company, but the top 2 levels would get the access to healthcare or health insurance, and a couple of other kind of things as well. But I'm sure we're going to start seeing this more and more. I mean, maybe not, but who knows? Yeah, that wraps it up for today's video. Please leave a like if you like this video. Make sure you're subscribed if you want. I would greatly appreciate that. And remember, you can strive for health without subscribing to diet culture. I'll see you later. Bye.